Hello and welcome to my humble little channel. A little awkward for me because it's kind of like writing a message in a bottle and then just like throwing it out into the seas of the unknown of the internet, and then expecting kind of sense out of the babble, like someone's going to find people like it. But let's just plow on. This is for people that have a sense of disconnection, of unease, a sense of alienation with things in general within the Western world, the ambit of the Western world, and a sense of throughout their lifetimes a kind of gradual decay, that the quality of life has gone measurably and markedly down, and want to know or have a sense of why that is. That isn't just mediated through the lens of mainstream media. Like, you have a sense of things are wrong on a more instrumental, on an institutional level, and that you're not being told the truth all the time. That something is askew, something is amiss with things as they are, and you can see it with your own eyes, even if mainstream media doesn't seem to lend itself a kind of a rational response to what's going on. They don't give you an answer to your questions. For example, starting to see the effects of multiculturalism to the point where the sense of there's a cultural fragmentation. There's like the texture of everyday life has changed fundamentally in a way that you don't recognize anymore. So, like, again, in England, it's like a kind of multicultural patchwork. And if you're 30 years plus, you were alive, you were born at a time when that was just not the case. There was a sense of a kind of origin of identity, and that meant something, and a sense of cultural stability and mores and normalcy, and knowing your place, and how to make a kind of coherent sense of the world, and feeling somewhat safe. Fast forward to, well, need I even say it, COVID, the kind of the abrupt sense of authoritarianism that's been engendered by all of this kind of this sweeping hysteria, people banging on pots and pans, and people losing their livelihoods and jobs, being discriminated against because they have basic common sense. And especially if you're in England, you have a sense of like freedom, and all of that's just being basically obliterated with COVID. And a sense of all of this together, a kind of, and lots more as by the way, but this sense of acceleration, that things are kind of rapidly, they're reaching a kind of velocity, which it's like entropy. It's like things are getting exponentially worse. It's like decay is tangible. It's not just in the background. It's everywhere. It's in your face. It's people on more and more beggars and homeless people asking for money and getting in, loitering and all the rest of it. But a sense of unease on the street. It's tangible now, and you have a regular job. You haven't seen yourself be adequately remunerated for your services, for the cost of living just getting out of hand, not being able to afford basic amenities, having to ration everything. It's this sense of, and as well, kind of this odd malaise, antipathy towards any kind of action, because there's no kind of viable way forward. Lots of problems, and it's a case of, well, as the title of this video, a light in the dark, that's a part of what this channel hopes to achieve, is to give you a sense of direction and of sound maybe a bit grandiose, but purpose. Give you a kind of torchlight upon which you can start to navigate the world, starting from theory. So the alternative spheres before they were censored on the internet, things like the traditionalism, Neoreaction, um, and that, I think, married with a kind of pragma. So you look at YouTubers like the Woodlander, who much more kind of workman-like ethic and have just, they don't know everything, but they've just got to work trying to make things better by, like, as the Woodlander has done, gone off grid, um, removed his monies from the bank and tried to make a life outside of the system, and advising others on how to do so in a way that isn't disruptive and garner unwanted attention. It's that married with the kind of alternative theorem that we saw online several years ago that I think can start to give people a sense of like they have an answer to the kind of the malaise, the apathy, and the deprivations of the modern world as it is, that they can purposefully make their way forward in life. Um, you know, and we can also have a sense of levity as well, right? We can have a laugh and poke fun at lefties. We can do that as well. I'd like to talk about video games, culture, films, uh, all that good stuff, right? And give you like a sense of what an alternative perspective feels and looks like. Give you maybe a different perspective on things. So, hoping you stick around. Looking to make at least a video or two every week, and network with other people, see where things go. So, nice meeting you, and catch you later.